Hi everyone, so today I'm here for the second part of my book haul and I am just super excited. Part of this book haul is an unboxing and I've been waiting for this box of books and it's gonna be fantastic. So let's get started. First of all, I'm going to talk about one ebook I got off of my Kindle, although I'm going to show it on my iPad. So the first book is Dream and Shadows by C. Robert Cargill, I think. Anyways, this book is supposed to be a mix of Neil Gaiman and Lev Grossman, who did The Magicians, which I really loved. And you have two main characters. I think they're both boys/men, and they, in the corner of their mind, they have this like magical realm/world that they have visited, and kind of explores the difference between the reality that they're in and that realm, or something like that. Anything that's like The Magicians or Neil Gaiman's books, I will love, I'm sure. Next, I have a couple books I got at my local used bookstore. A few of them are used and the other ones are new, so I'm going to start with the used ones. First of all, we have Eon Dragon Eye Reborn by Alison Goodman, and I saw this book on Priscilla's channel, The Readables, and it sounded really interesting. She talked about it a while back, and it's about what at first you think is about this 12-year-old boy, but it's actually about, I think, like a 14 or 15-year-old girl disguised as a boy who is got magic related to dragons, and girls/women are not allowed to have these abilities or train them, I guess. And so she is pretending to be a boy and she is getting trained in it, and there's a lot of danger and magic, and there's supposed to be less romance, so it's supposed to be more of an adventure book, and it's certainly a genre I'm very interested in and I enjoy reading, so I am looking forward to reading this book. After that, we have White Horse by Alex Adams, and I saw this on someone's channel, and I can't even remember whose channel it was, but it sounded really fascinating. It's post-apocalyptic. I cannot say that word for the life of me, and it's kind of a mix of before and after. So before, this woman, she's a 30-year-old woman, and she is got some issues, like regular adult issues. So she's seeing a therapist and she has a job and she has kind of a regular life and regular complaints about her life. But afterwards, she has an unborn child in her, I think, and it's really fascinating. On the description, it talks about how she is living to kind of interact with humans for human kindness, but it's hard to find when there's limited resources. It's really interesting because it's not only about the post-apocalyptic sort of genre, but about the humanity in it. And I just think that is super interesting, and I really cannot wait to read this. After that, I got a YA book that I had actually never seen before, and that is The Water Wars by Cameron Strachan. And this book not only looks gorgeous, yes, I just love the cover, and it's not too long, but it is also in a dystopian society in which it's kind of like the effect of global warming has hit, so water is really limited, and basically like rich companies control the water and everyone else is kind of left with limited supplies. But there is this main character, this boy, who like ends up drinking water and then just dumping it on the sidewalk, like he doesn't care. And so he knows this secret about the government and everyone wants to know what he knows, but he disappears, and it's about finding him. And I don't even know who the main character is because it doesn't even say on the back in the description. After that, I have two new books that I got from that same used bookstore, the first of which is a YA book by an author that I've read a lot of her adult books that are just amazing and excellent, and that is Shadowfell by Juliet Marieller. I cannot say that last name. And I've heard about this book from a bunch of different booktubers. There's one in particular, and I'm forgetting their name, so I will put it down below. But this book is about a girl, and she has some abilities. I think her ability is maybe to like see the Fae, but she can't have it because something bad will happen, like people will try to control her or something. So she is hiding it, and her only redemption is to find Shadowfell, which is this special place where outcasts live, like the rebels live. And so she is trying to find it, and there might be a couple other characters that are, or character that will help her get there possibly. And there's the second book is already out, and the second book is Ravenflight, so I cannot wait to read this book. After that, I found a book in, surprisingly, I guess I should have known that it was going to be under paranormal romance for adult section, but I just was surprised when I saw it there, and that is Kelley Armstrong's Omens. And this author is one of my favorite. Her adult series, while it's not appropriate for everyone, is just excellent. I love it. I love her characterization. I love her stories. She's one of the kind of beginning paranormal romance authors back when that genre really flared up, and now it's kind of like everywhere. And so this book is about a girl / woman who she lives with this wealthy family, and then she finds out that her parents are actually notorious serial killers. And I'm sure there's some sort of paranormal, supernatural element to it, because why else would it be under paranormal romance? So I am just over the moon to read this. Alright, we are on to the unboxing, and it's time. So here is the box, yes. And I got 3 books off of Amazon, so now I'm going to open it. Alright, so as you can see, it's open. Let's see here. So this book is Shadow's Children by Garth Nix. And Garth Nix is an amazing, like, children / YA author that's been around for a while. And so this book I saw and I just couldn't resist. It is about a couple of children, and they live in a world where there's these overlords. And when you turn 13, I think it is, you go to the meat factory and you get turned into basically like a soldier. I don't even know if you're still conscious or aware. You might just be like a robot. And anyways, the few that escape go join this other character, and he is kind of older and kind of washed up, but he is basically rebelling against the overlords, and it's all about that. And that guy's name is Shade, and so it's called Shade's Children. And I am really interested to see how this turns out and how it compares to Garth Nix's other books and series. After that, I have, oh my gosh, this book is humongous. It is The Thinking Woman's Guide to Real Magic by Emily Croy Barker. And I saw this book, and look how big it is. I saw this book and it sounded so amazingly interesting. It is supposed to be similar to The Magicians by Lev Grossman, and I love that book and series. So, and this is supposed to be kind of like the woman's perspective on it, so I'm just, it is about a woman, and she's in grad school, I think, and she is dating this guy who then is about to get married. I guess she broke up with him, or he broke up with her, I'm not really sure. And just things are not going great for her, and then she discovers magic, and she ends up in this magical realm in which everything is perfect, and she has got this like super hot guy that's dating her, and she's able to do all this magical stuff. Then she finds out that it is not all it is cracked up to be, like that there's a lot of dark underlining problems in this world, and she finds out that she's actually not that great at magic or something like that. And there's this huge like struggle for her to survive in this realm, and I think she has some help from another person. And so it just sounded amazing. I think it sounds really original and kind of like an adult version of, like, I think it's supposed to be compared to like if Hermione was an adult. So I cannot wait to read this, and I will definitely do a review on it. And last but not least, this is one of my most anticipated books for this year. If you cannot guess, it is The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. And this book is beautiful. Look, oh, can you see the shine? Oh, it's just, look at the side. It's so pretty. And this book is about a girl / woman who is She can, I think, read people's minds, and so she's part of this kind of rebel group because there's the main government and they have a police force called Psions and they control everything. And this is a couple years in the future. It's in 2059, so not that far in the future, but she is captured, and the people who run the Psions, they aren't even the most dangerous people. There's people further up in the government, I guess, they're even more dangerous, and they want people like the girl, and because she has the power to read minds, so she has to work with her captors in order to survive. And somewhere I read that this author is like compared to J.K. Rowling. I don't know why, but it's gotten amazing reviews. It looks beautiful and it sounds amazing, and I cannot wait to read it. This is the end of my book haul. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did, and I am looking forward to reading all these books. Again, these books, including the last book haul, are my TBR for this month, including the 6 or 7 books I didn't read from last month. What can I say? I read a lot of books, but I buy more books. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you are interested in any of these books. I am always like super excited to hear someone who sees a book on here and hasn't heard of it before or hasn't thought about reading it and sees it and wants to read it. That is the best feeling. So please let me know if you're interested in any of these books, or if you have read them, also let me know. I cannot wait to read them, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye, guys!